Before we get into this episode, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. You can hit the notification button so you can get updated weekly on all of our latest content. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, tell us what you want to see next below.
LuAnn, one of my favorite housewives of all time. I am such a connoisseur. You have range, you have song, you have showmanship. You really
Clearly
are.
style.
Style.
Merci beaucoup.
I am so excited to have you on the show. We've been doing the show for 10 years and I've wanted you on for all 10.
Oh my God. What took you so long, Lauren?
We've been calling and calling. Your people over there didn't get back to us.
I'm all, who do I have to fuck, marry, kill?
Who do you have to have, marry, kill? It's right. I love that song.
I want to talk, before we get into all the things you're doing, about the Switzerland of it all.
Okay.
I don't think that that's focused on enough. And I, as a viewer, found that so interesting to hear you talk about that on other podcasts. I've listened to you on Juicy Scoop, Not Skinny, Not Fat. Talk to us about your life like before Housewives in Switzerland.
Well, let's see. Oh my gosh. So the girls always refer to me as Switzerland because I never took sides. I tried not to take sides because you know what happens to that. The messenger gets killed, right?
Yes.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
You don't want to go far to the left, to the right, you're going to fall, right?
Yeah.
See, it's that fine line, right? And so I think that comes from growing up in a big family. My parents are Canadian. I have 6 brothers and sisters. And so, you know, Switzerland is always, I had to manage people in my whole life, right? Brothers and sisters, getting what you want from them without pissing them off, you know? So Switzerland comes from that. And it comes from the time that I spent in Switzerland because, you know, listen, I've been in television since, let's see, when did I start in TV in Italy? In 1990. And I was living in Milan, so I speak Italian. I went for 3 weeks and I stayed for 3 years. Wound up as a host on a soccer show, which is huge. And then I went skiing in Switzerland and I met the love of my life and we got married 2 weeks later.
How does he approach you? Like how?
You guys know true love.
Yeah.
Because you've been together forever, right?
A long time.
Long time.
Does he walk up to you at a bar? Like what's the vibe?
No, it was
Does he ski up to you?
Very seated dinner party with candelabras, a gorgeous table with cutlery that you had to navigate, right? You start from the outside and work your way in. And I was just watching the hostess like, okay, what do I pick? Which fork or spoon do I pick up? And it was a beautiful dinner party. I was seated between Alex and his brother Ferdinand. You know, I don't know. Do you know the history of the de Lesseps at all?
Give us a little history.
So I'm sitting between the two brothers. So their father was ambassador to Monaco for 40 years, right? With Prince Renier. So they, you know, they've been to Monaco, they know Grace, they know Albert and Stephanie and Caroline and all of them. Anyway, so how they got a title is they were responsible really for the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal. And then they actually were so important in France that they gave the Statue of Liberty to the United States for the French. So Ferdinand de Lesseps handed over the Statue of Liberty to this country, right?
I did not know that.
Where
That's
the
cool.
de Lesseps come from.
Wow.
I didn't pick it out of a Cracker Jack's box.
It wasn't like a lucky toy.
Not a lucky charm, right? So that therefore the Countess, which, you know, of course is being like a Getty or being a Kennedy in France. Anyway, so I'm sitting between them. I don't know who they are. I have no idea. What is a Countess? I'm like Count Dracula, like that kind. And so I knew when I saw him that he was going to be my husband. And apparently he knew too, because he said to me the second time I saw him, we went skiing the first day. And then we saw each other at a party and there were other people around. He comes up to me and he goes, you know, you're going to be the mother of my children. You know that, right? And I said, I know. And he goes, but I really never wanted to get married again. And I said, because he's been married 3 times before he married me. And he's never been married again since he married me. So he goes, I'm never going to get married again. Well, how's that going to happen? Anyway, and I said to him, do I look desperate to you? I was like an Italian TV star at the time. And so, you know, I knew if I left him, I would lose him. So I left my career in Italian television to marry him. And Victoria Noel came about very quickly after that. And yeah, and we were married for 17 years. It's a long
Are you
time.
guys? Oh yeah.
So I'm keeping the title, bitches.
Keep the title. Keep the title.
Yeah, I feel like at least a decade in, you get a title.
Yeah,
for
you get
life.
to keep the title after 10 years.
And you know what? The count will always say to me, you'll always be my countess. And that's true because he never did remarry. Now, I had a little blip in the screen and we're not going to make this about Tom, are we, LuAnn?
Well, I have a couple Tom questions.
Oh, shit, I knew it.
Michael's like, Michael, you don't lie though. Michael does
Listen,
peripheral
I'm
Housewives.
going to keep up.
I've
I've seen.
He can keep up.
New York is my
New York's
favorite
his
one.
favorite.
I watch, like there's a lot of them, and I watched you guys the whole time. I feel like I've seen every episode almost.
It was so good because we were just living our lives, and we had a lot going on between all the different characters.
It felt like you didn't need to force anything with you guys. Like
No.
it was actually all.
It's not
going.
produced.
It
Let's
was-
put it
well,
that way.
Sure, it's produced and edited, but what happens in scene, it's not scripted, obviously, but we just all had, different personalities to bring to the table. And we all end up, it's like that Sex and the City moment or Desperate Housewives moment. You know what I mean? When it works, it just works.
Yep.
And we were really friends, and I think that makes a big difference with franchises, whether or not, they're thrown together or they actually are friends. And I think that's what makes the big difference.
Yeah,
with Housewives.
it didn't feel forced at all. It felt very natural. It felt like everything was really going on. It felt like
Right.
there was,
Thank you for your commentary, Michael.
No,
on Housewives.
listen, let me tell you what happened on the show.
Wait, I have to know this though. How long were you guys living in Switzerland? How long were you raising your kids there from when you came to New York City?
That's a great question. Most people don't ask me that. So I was gone for over a decade. Like I was in Europe for 12 years. Now, we had a house in the Hamptons for the summer. So we built a home and we were only there like July and August, and then we go back to Europe. So since, 1993, Victoria was born in 94. And Noelle was born in 96. They're like 22 months apart. So we had children quickly. We lived between Switzerland and the Hamptons, and that was our life.
That's kind of the dream, what you were living.
It was a dream. I was like Cinderella.
So what makes you want to move here? Like for
Well,
good?
because, I worked in it. I've been working since I'm a kid. Since I'm a teenager, I was doing dishes in a rest home. That's how I became a geriatric nurse, because I love the elderly. So that's why I became a nurse, because I just love them. And then I got scouted to be a model in New York as a nurse at a beauty pageant, Miss Connecticut beauty pageant, random. And so I took them up on it. I moved to New York after being cheated on by my boyfriend at the time. That's a whole nother story. So,
Big mistake.
heartbreak and love makes you do crazy things, right? So I think we moved for love and we moved for heartbreak. And he broke my heart. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to New York. So I moved to New York. And then all the models were going, Milan and Paris. And I'm like, I want to go there. So I saved my money and I moved to Milan. It was really hard. And I didn't make it as a model because it was like the wafy period of Kate Moss, the 90s, like odd looking, really thin. I was like, they're like, lose 20 pounds and call us back, but so I couldn't make money there. So I found television. And they love Americans in Italian television. There's a lot of showgirls in Italian television. You ever watch Italian television? There's showgirls everywhere.
I need
And
to
I
go
love
watch
that. I'm a
it.
showgirl, and that's where I learned that I love television, because I was done pounding the pavement, trying to make money as a model.
How did you have this like resourcefulness and resilience and independence at such a young age?
Curiosity. I was curious. I was like a sponge, and I am like that, like with music, I love languages. I speak 4 languages, French, Italian, Spanish, and English. And I have a musical ear, so I love music. I can remember song lyrics, languages, and I love the culture. I fell in love with Italian people because of their love of life, first of all, their love of food and espressos.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're sexy. So I fell in love with the culture.
I think it's
really.
interesting you mentioned that, because obviously we prep for these shows and we have mutual friends. And one of the big themes with you is that you seem to really love and enjoy life through all of life.
Mm-hmm. Ups and downs. We all have our ups and downs, sure. But what happens when you fall down? I fell down and I got up on the cabaret stage. It was scary as shit. I mean, I was scared to death. And it was being filmed for Bravo as well. But what people don't see on that, for example, that episode or season, the famous Giovanni season, right, is what I really do, because they don't have music rights. They're not going to play the songs that I do. right? Some of them they can because of money and chic that I give them the rights to, but a lot of the things that I do in the show, they didn't really show. It was always the drama around my cabaret show, right? It was you never get a really full on cabaret experience unless you come to my show. And I've been doing it since 8 years now. I've been doing cabaret. And, how I started really is, a friend said to me, you love to sing for your friends. You love to host parties. You love to tell jokes. You should be doing cabaret. And finally I did. And what I do is I pick a song I love and I go, what story is going to bring me to that song? And it's always a song that you will know because it's a big sing-along.
Like, give us an example.
Well, I do Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? So I have to wear a very short Giovanni dress and it's all legs and fringe, and so another example, oh my God, I do Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer.
That's a good one.
And I talk about how I love men and I love sex.
Nice.
That's what I love about you as a housewife, though. There's so many different layers to the onion. I
The
think
pirate.
there's so many. It's so many. It's
I
so
kind of
many
look like
different
the
things.
pirate today with this hat on.
Yeah, you do. I was going to ask you. I
It's
was
gotta
like,
cut-
whose hat is that?
This is Philip Tracy from
Okay.
London,
I thought I just
Who-
asked. I had to ask.
who is the hatter of the Queen of England, and he did Elizabeth Taylor, Joan Collins,
It looks so Joan Collins.
Cher. I mean, I went to his place in London because I play London now. I play theaters. I played the Adelphi Theater, the home of Sunset Boulevard and the Sunset Boulevard, and it's Andrew Lloyd Webber who owns that theater. So, and Tilda Swinton introduced me to the stage because she's a fan of mine.
Right, I know.
I love her.
She really, really is a huge fan before
I
you
love
guys
her.
met, and you guys are friends now, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Amsterdam in about 10 days. She's having a party, so I'm going to go there.
And you said on a different podcast, I forgot which one, you said she's really cool and really
She's
warm.
amazing. She's a true aristocrat, really. She comes from, her family dates back to 800, not 1800. 800, and Swinton is swine. So titles were given in Europe for those who served the king. So they used to give, if I'm not mistaken, swine to the king. And so then you get your castle and you get land, you get a title.
Michael, I'm dying because my husband just loves history and he
Me
loves
too.
powerful women. And I can tell he's like,
Well, I was just
Yeah,
thinking,
I know,
if you got a hat like that, maybe the views would go up. You got to
No.
get.
maybe I need to get a dress and a hat like that.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. I mean, you can start pulling some of that your weight over here and get the hat and get the dress. And
I
get
knew
the
you
whole
were going to
thing.
be excited to have her on the show. So
Very
at
excited.
what point do you and the Count decide to move to New York City? And what point does Housewives come into your life?
So I moved back right after 9/11, actually. I moved back in 2002 after being there since 1990 in Europe. I mean, we went back and forth a lot. So I decided really that, I was living in the Swiss Alps. You can't buy a pair of socks off season. Do you know what I mean? Or it's really very isolated.
But it's romantic
It's
and beautiful and
It's gorgeous.
stunning.
Very isolated. And I'm a good skier now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've done everything: snow skiing, how do you call it? Racketing, and going up the mountains on rackets, and I've done every kind of sport you can imagine. But kids started to go to school,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay. And he's traveling internationally, and I'm like at home with the kids. I'm like,
It's a little
I
boring.
need to get back to work. So that's what happened. Really, is like, let's move back to New York. I miss my family. My parents are here. I have a big family, so I miss my family. I would cry every time I had to leave in August to get the kids back at school in Switzerland. I would cry because I didn't want to leave.
When you get here, it's not Housewives immediately, right?
What's that?
It's not Housewives immediately.
Housewives started in 2006.
Okay.
So a couple years later, really, and I met Jill Zarin at a party. And she goes, I'm doing this show. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm Jill Zarin, meet Bobby. And I don't know if it's going to happen. I've never met anybody like this in my life, right? Redhead, not just Jill. I'm Jill Zarin. I'm like, so we ended up hanging out the whole night. I fell in love with her personality because I love people who are authentic.
Yeah.
I don't care where you're from or what you learn. Money can't buy you class. So I like people that are authentic, that are real. The posers for me are a problem. And Jill, we just hit it off. And she said to me, I'm going to do this show. I think it'd be perfect. You should meet the producers. And it came to me, really, the Housewives.
Were you guys the first one, or who was?
No, it was OC.
OC was
They
the
were
first.
OC was
second.
Okay.
And if I saw OC, I would not have done the show. Because don't forget, I'm a countess married to the count and small children and my beautiful life. And, if I saw that show, I don't think I would have ever done the show. They said it was Manhattan Moms, right? And then it became the Housewives. So, I didn't even know what reality was. I missed a decade. So the 90s, like shows from the 90s, certain music, certain things I don't know from the 90s.
How do you pitch the Real the Manhattan Moms to the count? Like, how do you get him on board for the show?
Well, at this point, I think he was happy that I was going to be busy because he was traveling a lot.
Got it.
So I think he was happy that I had something to do. And he thought, this is harmless, I guess, right? And he's only been on, I think, maybe 2 episodes of that show, very beginning. And
Never again? He never came back
small.
again?
No. We stayed married till 2009. We got divorced.
No, so he only did those 2 and then never was
He
back.
did a couple of things.
He
That's
wasn't one of the husbands.
No, it
that
was when Alex arrived, when
Yeah.
the count arrived, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
here he comes. But he was hardly on the show.
Yeah.
And the kids weren't on that much either. It was really about me and the women. I didn't want it really to be about the kids. I mean, the first season, for sure, it was, Rosie and the townhouse and the bird and the dog. We got Aston. I mean, I have a living photo album of my life
So cool.
on television, which is pretty cool.
When you look back when you first started, did you have any kind of strategy or plan for the show? Or were you just like, I'm going to try this out and see what happens?
Try it out and see what happens.
So as it starts
Roll by
to
the seat of my
evolve,
pants like I went to Milan.
it's just kind of,
I didn't know it was going to happen.
let's see.
But, if you don't take chances,
Yeah.
right, then nothing ever changes.
So when it started to get momentum and you start getting recognized everywhere and it starts to really pick up and you guys become like these larger than life characters, what was that like?
It was crazy. I mean, I remember getting in a pedicab in New York with some of the girls and people were like, Countess, and yelling our names. I was like, oh my God, this is so weird. I remember that moment, which was, wow, this is bigger than I thought it would ever be.
And what is the other
Especially in
girls?
the very beginning of
I mean,
Housewives.
I think I'm going to say, and I'm a connoisseur, that it's probably the biggest one on the network and your season and cast was the
Right.
biggest hit. And you guys are in New York City, so it's like a trifecta.
Well, I always say New York is like another housewife because either people have lived here and they miss it,
Yeah.
or they've never lived in New York and they aspire to live in New York.
What was it like to see all the different personalities around you as you guys are coming up and you're getting all this momentum? Like, how do you manage all these friendships? You're on air. It's like a lot.
It's a lot. It's, we make it look easy, but it's a lot of work, and we weren't that fancy. We weren't like
Glam.
with the latest clothes. We didn't have glam. We didn't have any of that stuff. You know what I mean? It changed a lot. Now you watch Beverly Hills, it's glam, glam, glam,
Yeah.
which is fab. But, we were more gritty because New York is gritty.
The
Yeah,
only
it
thing
felt
about
like
the glam, though, that I have to say is that sometimes when I'm watching some of the episodes now with the latest Housewives, is it takes up half the show.
Well, it's all about the glam and
I know, and it's
what
like
they're wearing. It's I want personality.
But don't you think the glam also, I mean, listen, I'm not like, I don't know everything, but it kind of it makes it feel a little bit more produced then. So it takes you out of kind of
Real.
what feels real.
Right.
Like
Right.
when
Well,
you
I think people need escapism. And I think that's one way of it is like, that's why we like RuPaul's Drag Race. And that's why we like, shows like Housewives or Below Deck, right? You get taken out of your own universe and
Yeah.
get immersed into somebody else's. And for me, being interesting is what makes you interesting.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
How-
Yes, agreed.
How do you deal with either criticism or people that are not as kind online or people that have,
I delete them and block them.
and so it doesn't bother,
As
it doesn't
you
ruffle your
should.
feathers.
As I no, because who are they? How am I going to let somebody I don't even know upset me? I don't do that.
You
know,
can't. You can't.
No,
you can't read
and
it.
the negative naysayers, people always about my singing and things like that. Listen, I have my director is Kristen Chenoweth's director, was Bette Midler's director, currently is Barbara Streisand's director. He came to my show. He goes, Countess, I came here not expecting very much from you, but you blew my fucking mind. Can I say fucking?
Yeah.
You blew my fucking mind. First of all, you can sing. You're funny as shit. And you wear a dress like no woman I've ever seen. You're going to be a big star. I was, no, I like my little 54 Below, which is the old Studio 54 that I started my show in. I want to keep it small and intimate. And he goes, no, this is not a gay show. This is for everyone. And my fans are 80% women.
I want to go.
Oh,
I like really think I would
have
love
the
it.
time of your life.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. Because what I do, and I've had people that go to Beyonce, they go to Taylor Swift, you know, they have more fun in my show because they can relate to me and they can talk to me. Also, because I do Q&A with the audience, or I'll do trivia with the audience. They come to my show and they say, we had the time of our lives, because they're immersed in my world, right? And they get to interact with me, and they also get to interact with the audience in a different way because they all know the Housewives. So
Right. So
they make friends. If you come alone, you don't leave alone. You go out with people. It's very immersive as a show. And like I said, I pick music that my fans know because they grew up with their mothers who were playing that kind of music.
Do you have a very hands-on approach with how you lay out the show creatively?
Oh, yeah. I create the show myself. My director does things like this. He'll say, if you're going to sing Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? At the end, there's going to be a light that shines down on you and you go, Tina. That's what a director does. Come from that side, sit in the chair, now sit on a stool to sing that song. It creates flow. You know, the show has to flow. You have to bring them up, bring them down a little bit, bring them back. And so it's about flow. So I've been doing so many now that it's like playing chess. So now I can move around all these different parts of my shows from the past to create a new show. Like I'm working on Holiday now. And Sonia got run over by a reindeer, stumbling home from Bluestone Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but me and all the OGs, we believe. So I take music. Like I said to my director, I want to sing Lay Down Sally from Eric Clapton. You know, lay down Sally. He goes, but it's holiday. I said, yes, but now it's Santa. Lay down Santa. Why doesn't he stay with me? I always leave out the milk and cookies, but he never eats. So I go into a banter, you know, so it's
funny.
Very creative. I have the best time. And that's my favorite part, is the creative part of creating the cabaret.
I almost think I love this era for you even more than Housewives. It sounds like it's like you're, like you said, in your flow.
I'm in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
You know, I get to do anything I want, say anything I want, sing any song I want, because in cabaret, you can do any song you want. And I play clips from the past. I mean, you're going to love the leg toss of Viva. I mean, that moment alone is just worth watching again.
Wait, can you just explain to Michael what you just said? Because he...
Well, one of our castmates, Aviva
Can't wait to hear you
Drescher,
explain this. Go ahead.
Aviva Drescher had a terrible accident as a child, and she lost her leg below the knee.
Ouch.
And anyway, so she had, you know, beautiful, how do you call? Prosthetics made. One with high heels. Most beautiful legs with shoes and the whole thing. And anyway, so one day we're at Le Cirque. Remember Le Cirque?
Mm-hmm.
For lunch. And people are saying she's fake. He said, the only thing that's fake about me is this. And she takes off her leg and she puts it on the table.
I'm trying to laugh at
And
that.
I'm dying with laughter. No, I'm dying of laughter because my first thought was, oh my God, her dirty shoe is next to my silverware. That's what I'm thinking about. This woman's leg is on the table, and then she throws it across the room. I mean, it's epic. I mean, that was her swan song, but it was really a very iconic moment in the show, I think.
When you look back, was there any times where you wanted them to stop with the camera, get it out of your face, like they're annoying?
Absolutely.
So what do you do?
I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, because they can't follow you in there.
Can't follow you in the bathroom.
But they can hear you, so you got to be careful.
Correct.
So you can like send a quick text.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you forget that you're being
Question
filmed?
mark.
Yeah.
Question mark. Question mark.
Yeah.
But how often do you forget that they're even there?
I forget all the time.
You do?
Yeah,
Do you
totally
really
forget
forget they're there?
Yeah. If I thought about that, I couldn't be myself.
Can't be, yeah.
Who was, out of all your cast, your favorite person? Sonia? You say Sonia.
Sonierita, Dorinda.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate to say not all of them. I mean, I'm friends with all of them, really.
Wait,
Except
who
for
was your
Bethany.
least
I think
favorite?
no,
No, I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
that you knew though. I feel like
I'm
you're
friendly.
so smart to know that they all made great TV. And so it was like, it's not even about who the favorite is, Michael. It's a team making good TV.
That's correct.
That's the difference between their cast and the other casts,
Mhm.
is that they all were in on it. They all
Because
read
how
the room.
long did like the core cast last. It was a long
13 years.
Yeah, it was a long time.
That's insane.
Longer than Sex and the City and Desperate Housewives.
Wow.
Do you think we'll ever get you guys back on the screens together?
I think so. I think there's a place for the OGs, don't you?
Oh,
I
people
know.
would.
I'm trying to get us to go on Below Deck.
That would be so funny.
Like
The
Below
OGs
Deck, like you-
on Below Deck with Captain Sandy, Mediterranean. Let's hit it.
That would be hysterical if you
Amazing.
guys could do that.
Mhm.
But if you guys could get back on our screens, like a reboot
Yeah.
and rejudge what's
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
No, I like
well,
the
there's
idea
been some
of,
talk.
of going on a
There's been
show
some
like
talk
Below
going
Deck, like a
around.
different franchise but with a new cast. So
Well,
you can have that concept.
well, that would just be kind of a visit, like an ultimate girls trip.
Mhm.
One thing that I don't think is talked about enough with you is what a good mom you are.
Oh.
And I've heard this from people who know you personally, and I can tell on the show it's really important to you.
Mhm.
What are some things that you think are like non-negotiables with your children that you want to instill in them?
You know, I think children have to have a certain sense of fear.
Yeah.
Of you.
Yeah.
That the hammer's going to come down and they better know you mean it.
Yep.
So, you know, when you see kids that are misbehaved, right? And we see them all the time, right? The foot doesn't go down and, you know, and they just try to placate the kid instead of saying, you know what, you're out.
Yeah.
Let's go. I think being strict is very good for parenting. Be a strict parent with love, tough love, if you want to call it tough love. Yes. And I think just, you know, being there for them. Right. And I was out a lot, you know, and thank God for Rosie. But I always made my family first. You know, for example, I wasn't on Scary Island trip, was I? Back then, it was Victoria's birthday. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going.
Right.
And that was it. Today, forget it. They would be like, oh no, sorry, you got to be on that trip.
And are you guys like with your kids now that they're grown? Are you guys friends? Do you hang out? What do you guys like
Oh,
go
yeah.
places?
Oh yeah.
What's your vibe with them now? I'm sure the fans would love to know.
Victoria's with me a lot. She's in the Hamptons most of the time, and she has a little place in New York. So she's with me a lot. You know, the girls are always near their moms, right?
I hope so.
Boys are, you know, they get a girl.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you know,
Ugh.
that mommy dynamic shifts with boys. They don't, you know, well, he actually called me before I got here tonight. But my son comes out to the Hamptons. My son is a major artist, by the way. You should check him out. LuAnn
I
de Lesseps.
heard about that.
Oh, his work is so, and he's doing really well as an artist in Brooklyn. And amazing painter.
How do we see his paintings?
LuAnn de Lesseps on
Okay.
Instagram. And Victoria, same. You know, she's an
both
incredible artist.
artists.
And
Wow.
also Victoria is now doing, you know, my daughter's really a psychic medium in a certain way. She can read people. She can talk to people that are no longer with us. She's very special. my
Has she
daughter.
always been like that since she was little?
She's always, no. She's always had a knowledge, you know, and maturity.
like a knowing.
And knowingness about her. Her grandmother was like that. Her grandmother could tell if somebody had cancer. You know, she has a pendulum that she swings, which, you know, if you put a pill down here, the pendulum will tell you if it's bad for you or good for you. She's very into healing and mediumship, and she's really good at it.
Well, that's cool.
She's actually been she does online, you know, things for people to help them. And a lot of my friends, they'll reach out to Victoria and like, you know,
I need to check her out.
oh, she's
I
amazing.
love all that stuff.
Yeah, she's really good.
Sounds
at
like
it.
she's like clairvoyant almost.
Yeah, she is.
With everything that you've been through on Housewives, up, down, all of it, I feel like you've chosen to be honest, whereas some of the Housewives, they get on the show and they don't really show you what's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we
I
all
know.
know as viewers, like the thing is they're underestimating the viewers because we're smart. We
Yeah,
know.
You can see right through it.
And you decide to just be honest and lay it on the table. Is that a decision that you thought about, or is that just your personality?
Just my personality. I'm a bad liar.
So you just
I'm
rode.
a
So you just
terrible
rode
liar.
with it.
I really should get better.
When
at
the
lying, but-
producers are like pushing you, you just were like, I'm just going to be honest.
Listen, in the very beginning, I remember, you know, saying, "You see that door over there? That's my bedroom. Don't go near the door." Nobody could go in my bedroom. You never saw my bedroom in the Housewives.
You're right.
No.
And
Even
why was that? Like, what was the reason for that boundary?
It's personal. It's off limits.
so what do you do when you're on trips?
Oh, well, that's different. I'm just saying.
They're allowed to
when
on-
we first started, you know, it was so different, you know. Today, it's like, you got to bear it all. No, you don't. There's something to be said for mystery. Now, hiding
Is that because you have to?
hiding things is one thing,
Right.
right? Mystery is another.
Quick break to talk about one of our favorite brands, and that is Symbiotica. LuAnn and I have been taking Symbiotica products for years now, ever since we met the founders on this very podcast. We've had them on now 5 or 6 times, and that is because not only do we love their products, we love the people and the mission behind this company. They have such a wide assortment of incredible products. Now, you could shop endlessly when it comes to your wellness with Symbiotica. Some of the standout stars that we take on a regular basis that we could not recommend more is their vitamin D3 and K2 formula. I think it is one of the best vitamin Ds on the market. Everyone needs to have sufficient vitamin D3 and K2 levels. They also have one of the best B complex formulas on the market. This is all in a liposomal delivery that comes in these beautiful glass containers. We take them, our kids take them. We feel great taking them and recommending them to our friends. And like I said, most of the products are liposomal, which is going to be absorbed the same way you absorb food. This is going to give you better absorption and a greater impact than most gel capsules or pill form supplements. I think Symbiotica has the best glutathione on the market. It is the master antioxidant for the body. Some of the key benefits are going to include glowing skin, anti-aging properties, and better gut health. They also have an incredible magnesium L-threonate. Studies show that most people are deficient in magnesium. So check them out. Taking Symbiotica supplements is one of the easiest ways I've found to stay consistent with my health goals, even during a busy summer. All you have to do is go to symbiotica.com/TSC today to get 20% off plus free shipping. That's CYMBIOTIKA.com/TSC to get 20% off plus free shipping. I'm so excited to share with you guys an incredible scientific breakthrough to support our long-term health and wellness. C15 by Fatty 15 is the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years. And get this, studies have confirmed that it's 3 times better, broader, and safer than omega-3s. So if you've been taking omega-3s, you can try Fatty 15 and get 3 times the result. Here's the origin story. Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Van Watson, who's been on this podcast twice now, discovered C15 as the first essential fatty acid to be found in over 90 years while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. If that sounds crazy, you have to go listen to our episode with her. And it's pretty simple. Essential nutrients keep our cells healthy, which keeps us healthy. If you want to get sciencey about it, studies show that C15 works by strengthening our cells, improving our mitochondrial function, and protecting us against damaging free radicals. The result, better long-term metabolic, liver, and heart health. And here's the thing. It ends up many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells that make less energy and quit working earlier than they should. All of that makes us age faster, sleep poorly, feel sluggish. If this sounds familiar, it's likely because you're deficient in C15. One of the other great things about Fatty 15 C15 is C15 is the only ingredient in this product. It's completely clean and pure. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/skinny and using code skinny at checkout. Again, that's fatty15.com/skinny.
We have had a lot of specialists come on the show and talk about the art and the benefits of fasting. And I feel like fasting's always overwhelmed me. But I did find a fast that has worked for me, and it's worked for me 3 times. And that is Prolon's fasting mimicking diet. If you're unfamiliar, Prolon is a plant-based nutrition program. It features soups, snacks, and beverages all designed to nourish your body, but it keeps your body in a fasted state at the same time. So it's really cool. So while I was getting that cellular rejuvenation and renewal, I was also fasting. And I did it before a trip to Cabo 3 times, and I got the best results. I was so happy with it. And I also just felt so amazing. It's science-based nutrition, and it's been shown to support healthy cardiometabolic markers. Also, I just feel like it's a reset. It retrains your palate and changes your relationship with food in just 5 days. No matter the season, when I'm craving a real reset, Prolon is the only nutrition program that works for me. It's convenient, backed by Nobel-winning science, and it works. For a limited time, Prolon is offering our listeners 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/skinny. That's PROLONLIFE.com/skinny to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/skinny. Tell the girls about mystery, because I'm noticing even when you talked about the Count and how he fell for you, like there's a mystery there that you know how to sort of work.
Well, there's a confidence.
Tell us about
There's confidence.
There's a confidence.
Tell us about the mystery, how that works with men, because I think that needs to be talked about.
There's not a hint of desperation.
No.
No.
It's an aloofness.
Right. You got to be happy in your own skin.
Yep.
Right. And then that energy then brings other happy people energy around you.
Yes.
Because we have a huge force field. I'm very big into Joe Dispenza.
Oh.
I've been to him a couple times.
She loves Joe Dispenza.
Call me, LuAnn.
Meditating for 8 hours a
If
day.
I go to Joe Dispenza with LuAnn, I feel
Oh my
like
God.
that's checking something off my bucket list.
Oh my God. Oh, I love Joe. And you know,
What if that's the way you went to Joe's? Like you weren't expecting
Great.
that path.
I'm
were
all
you?
about, you know, being comfortable in your own skin. And that's what class is really all about. Because if you're comfortable, you make other people feel comfortable. And that's why the aristos are good at it, because they have to greet a lot of people. So they have to make them feel comfortable. Otherwise they feel odd or nervous.
It's nothing to do with
You
money.
know what it
And
is?
also I'm a nurse, also, don't forget. So I'll be the one to say, you know, take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. I got you. You know, it's so many different things from my past rolled into one, but
Yeah.
it's really about being comfortable in your own skin. And I think people then feel comfortable.
It makes you feel like you're not being judged or who
Well-
you are, if that makes sense. Like when you're around someone like you,
Mm.
you don't feel like you feel like you can be yourself. Right.
Well, you know, what people don't realize about me is that I'm down to earth. I'm not this countess that they built up ordering pizza. Remember that famous scene? They couldn't get de Lesseps right. They couldn't get LuAnn right. So I finally resorted to countess. Like they're going to know what a countess is. I mean, I didn't know what a countess was.
I think that's what's so endearing about you, though, and why it did so well on the show.
Well, yeah, I think that, you know, obviously, you know, that famous scene where I get out of the car with Bethany and she's like, you know, LuAnn. And I'm like, because I just moved from Europe. I mean, I was always referred to as Mrs. de Lesseps, right? I didn't ask for countess, but Mrs. de Lesseps, I don't know, right? It just was what I was used to. So, you know, I have a lot of people that love that about me and then people that hate it, right? Because they think that I'm trying to put that person down. It's not about that. It's about how I was raised as a young adult in Europe
Bethany got
and how
mad
we address
at
people.
her, how she was asking the driver to call her a certain name. And it was like an iconic scene.
I said, I'd rather Mrs. de Lesseps, you know?
I need
I
my
don't know
husband
him.
to keep up.
You know what I mean? So it was just the way I was
Oh,
raised as a young adult in Europe.
people here felt it was pretentious.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
it wasn't, though, because I feel like you included everyone by writing the book and like you taught
Right.
you taught lessons, but it wasn't a condescending way.
Right. Does he know I did a book called Class with the Countess?
Have you read it? Have you read it, Michael?
I have not.
Put
I
it
had-
on
have
your
to do
book
an
list.
audiobook.
But I
I'm
will-
putting it out there.
Winter
need an audiobook.
2025.
Listen, I will. Let's sign up the audiobook. I feel like that's the one
He
I
will
would
love that.
I would
Yeah.
dive into.
He will love the
You've
book.
got to be the voice though.
That's
Can't
of
be like
course.
one of those crusty narrators.
No. It has to be me, of course. But I wrote that book because, you know, when I got back from Europe, you know, I sent the kids to school here in New York and they come back going, Mom, they're throwing food at each other and they're letting spaghetti drip out of their mouths at the table. My kids were complaining about their manners. I swear to God, I'm like, that's it. I'm writing a book. How to behave, you know?
Michael, you love this. Michael loves manners so much.
And then I did manners with Victoria at the Hampton Classic. She was so embarrassed. But I'm so glad I did that because a lot of young ladies learned
Yes.
how to navigate a table from the Hampton Classic with my own child.
You know why I like manners? I feel like people with manners, it shows that they're paying attention and thinking and being thoughtful.
Exactly.
That's why I like manners.
Yeah.
Don't look at me
when it's
like
I don't care
I
about
have
manners. It's because it's like you're just like a drone running around.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's like put some effort
I
into
want
it.
to go back
Right.
to something though that you said earlier. You said when you're confident in your energy, you attract energy. Is
Yes.
that the advice that you would give to anyone who's out there listening who wants to date or wants to be approached?
Yes. I feel like if you don't think you're great, nobody else will. And that's true.
I think you should write a new book. No, I really do, on
Mhm.
confidence
Right.
and being in your energy so people come to you like in a magnetic way.
Exactly. Because people don't realize how much energy they do have and what they exude. I mean, you see people walking around, they've got this frown on their face and they're rushing and, you know, and then you see the people that are kind of just strolling along and they're just going along. It's called flow.
Right.
Right. When you try, so I say this, and I learned this from Deepak Chopra, which is there's more neurons in your gut than there is in your brain. So your gut knows what to do, but then we get up here between our ears, which is the dangerous spot. And we go, well, maybe, but this always knows what to do. So that's why it's called gut instinct, because we just know what to do.
It makes sense.
Right. And then we get up here where we've been taught, trained, right, wrong, all that stuff. And this messes up with what this really knows what to do. Right.
When you look back on all 13 years of Housewives, what's your proudest moment out of the whole show?
God. I'm going to say probably singing with Natalie Cole.
That is so cool. That is cool.
That was amazing.
Like,
I know.
That's big. Do you think that another moment is probably like how you sort of built the cabaret on the show and then it launched?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm proud of that moment. Of course I am, because like I said, there was a lot of pressure, not only to do my first show and do it on television and not get smashed up for it. Do you know what I mean?
And you had people copying you.
Yeah. Well, it took them years to copy me, right?
Yeah.
Who would you say copied me?
I think we had a little bit of Sonia is it Sonia or Sonia? I never
Have you seen her show?
No.
Well, she doesn't sing.
I haven't seen it.
And it's a Q&A and
it's different.
And a moderated show. Right. I do full on cabaret.
Does she still do it?
Yeah. Is that like a slight shade?
Sonia in your city.
Slight shade.
No, there's always a little shade with the Housewives.
There's always a little shade. What makes you want to go back and do Crappy Lake, and what makes you want to do your latest show that you just did about finding love?
Hotel?
Yes.
I personally, I would like to see a makeover show where I come in, like I'm like the Avon lady meets the Tupperware lady meets Martha Stewart.
Pitch it.
Which is, can you imagine people reach out and say, I would love the Countess to come to my house and straighten it out.
That's a Netflix show.
I know, because there's so much going on, right? And guess what I can do? I'm a Renaissance woman. I can handle those children.
Okay.
What are we eating? Are we working out? Where's the closet? Where's the makeup? Where's the guy? Wingman. Oh no, the whole kit and caboodle. Just send me in and let me do my work, which I would love to do, which is, I think there's a need for a makeover show again. I'm kind of missing the queer eye for the straight guy.
Yeah.
But I could do it all.
You're very capable.
Well, because I've had to do it all myself.
Yeah.
So when you have to
make
do
it work.
I didn't have any money growing up. I grew up middle class in Connecticut, in the middle of Connecticut. So I had to make my own money. I had to make my own life. I had to make it in New York. I had to make it in Europe.
When did you feel in your career?
I didn't have, boyfriends supporting me or any of that. I have had some great boyfriends. That's true. But none that were paying my bills.
You've had some hotties.
Hotties.
I'm like, whoa. You know how to get them. Like, you know how to get along.
I grew up with 4 older brothers, so I grew up around boys.
You know
and
what?
Actual men, because
you know what it is,
I was
LuAnn?
10.
So many women hate men.
I know.
And that, you're so right.
Seems a bit counterproductive, right?
She reminds me of my aunt, though, Michael. My aunt, like, when you love men, they're like attracted to you. There's so many
it's
people
kind of like I love women. It'd be very odd if I was trying to get with a woman and hating women, right? Just seems very counterproductive for the women out there that hate the men, right?
That's smart. If you hate men, you're not going to attract that to you.
I think there's a lot of disgruntledness going on and disappointment with guys, which I understand.
Yeah.
But that energy is not going to get you anywhere.
You can't also blanketly saying you hate all men is like such a statement and such an affirmation.
Yes.
What I've realized is like, I hate men is an affirmation.
Well, it's like having a bad restaurant experience and be like, I hate all restaurants.
What people don't realize is what they speak to the universe matters. Mm-hmm. So the words that come out of your mouth, they really do matter.
Because it listens.
Huh?
Because the universe listens.
Exactly. And so we don't positive self-talk to ourselves enough. What we do is we beat ourselves up and we, talk to ourselves in a bad way. And believe me, that resonates. And when you talk to yourself in a bad way, like, oh shit, I'm such an asshole or whatever it is, I should have done that or whatever. We have that moment, sure, but we're going to say, no, we're going to turn that around. We're going to make it positive.
So this is a great question for you, especially if you have a shitty day and you wake up the next morning, what's your self-talk like? How are you getting yourself out of it?
I listen to I meditate and I do positive affirmations in the morning.
Is there someone
I'm
specific?
this, I'm that. I'm amazing. I'm going to have a great day. I'm, positive. So when you speak positive, and you're going to see after 15 minutes of that, you have a smile on your face when you come out of your bedroom. Meaning like when you first get up, go to the bathroom, get back and meditate just for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10, doesn't matter, which is positive self-talk. And you're going to see, you're going to have a different day.
What's a day in the life of you when you're here?
Oh, well, let's see. What did I do today?
Are you an early riser?
I'm an early riser. I go to the gym.
Okay.
Listen, oh God, I go to podcasts like this.
Okay.
I have lunch with girlfriends.
Okay.
I go to fashion shows.
Do you have to practice for everything you're doing on the tour?
I practice my show, which will happen on Friday because I have a show Saturday in Chicago.
Or is it a little bit more natural now that you're in this?
Yeah, I know the show now. It's like
You got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. I really enjoy myself. When I first couple of shows, it's like, okay. Or if I play like a big venue, like I played the Wiltern in Los Angeles, that's where Madonna plays. I played Town Hall in New York where I met Liza Minnelli for the first time.
That's cool.
Yeah. I went to her birthday party. I met her there because I was singing the same night with her, Cheetah Rivera, and Lucy Arnaz.
You should sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow for her.
Yeah. No, I do. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy.
That's such a good one.
That's her mom's song.
That's such a good
Judy
one.
Garland song.
Where are some housewife places that people can hit in New York City? So say people want to come here and do the housewife circuit. What are some
There used to be housewives tours in New York. They used to have buses of housewife tours.
well, where could we go?
They would go to the Regency first.
Oh, okay.
We're going to the Regency.
Okay.
Let's go have cocktails at the Regency. Central Park. I'll go to Central Park a lot. I've got a lot of tourists in Central Park. So,
But
let's
you
see.
yourself will go there?
What's the
I love
hotel for
Central Park.
housewives?
What?
What's the hotel for housewives?
The hotel?
Is there
for
a hotel that you
No,
guys?
because we live here.
Right. Okay.
So hotels.
So there's not like a good hotel bar. I thought you were going to say maybe like the King Cole. I feel like.
Oh, yeah. I go to St. Regis sometimes.
Okay.
That's King Cole Bar, right? Avra is a biggie.
Okay.
Avra's a biggie.
And now you have to tell us,
The Plaza.
Are you hanging out with any of the housewives still, like in day-to-day life?
Absolutely. We were just all together in the Hamptons. We had lunch at Bill Bouquet.
All of you?
Well, no. We got Sonia. Dorinda couldn't make it. It was Sonia. Ramona couldn't make it. She was sick. So it was Sonia, Kelly, myself, and Jill Zarin.
I just got the cutest polo sweater. Go run to look at this polo sweater. It's so cute. I just wore it while I was in New York. It's such a staple. I'm obsessed with it. I sent it to all of my friends. I was like, you have to go get this polo. It looks like it's a quiet luxury, super expensive polo sweater, and it's $118. I got the Heather tote. So the polo sweater that I love is on this site called 7 Diamonds. Michael actually introduced me to this brand. He was telling me that it's a really good place to get high quality fabric, but for a great price. And so I went on and I was just like perusing it, and I picked up this sweater, and I just couldn't believe how good I felt in the sweater, especially postpartum. I wore it with like a baggy pant. I also wore it with a little skirt. It was so cute. So the one that I got is called the Lalo Polo Sweater. It's so cute. I sized up. It also comes with a matching skirt. They even have a polo dress too. I would definitely check them out if you're looking for flattering staples in your wardrobe. It feels very wearable without being basic, if that makes sense. So if you're looking to like do a little wardrobe refresh or even like a good gift, this is a brand that you guys should check out, 7 Diamonds, okay? So you can use code SKINNY for 20% off your first order at 7diamonds.com. Again, that's code SKINNY for 20% off your first order at 7diamonds.com. Check out the link in the show notes. You won't be disappointed. I am in my tightening up moment, okay? It's time to tighten things up. I had a baby 3 months ago. I am not messing around. I am someone that dives in head first. I am intense. We know that. I have already been cold plunging, saunaing, lifting weights, doing my cardio,
my walks, all the things. I want to get my body back to feeling my best. And I also obviously am doing a lot of supplementing. I'm doing my creatine, and I am also doing my Array. So I first got turned on to Array because I take their Array bloat, but then the brand launched Tone. And this is like my thing, especially when it comes to lifting. So Tone is their first gummy supplement, and it supports lean, sculpted muscles and enhanced workout performance. I think creatine, and I've talked about this so many times, talked about it with Ivanka Trump on the podcast, is so important for sculpted muscle and recovery. And this is something that I'm very much into in this phase of my life. The one that they have, the gummy, also has this thing called Slim Biotics. And this is going to give you optimized body composition. And then it also has ginger root, which I'm a huge fan of. And this is antioxidant protection. So they truly designed a gummy that helps you like tone. I feel like it supports that. It's laxative free, non-GMO, gluten-free, filler-free, nut-free, cruelty-free, non-habit forming, and vegan. I like to take mine before or after my workout. That's my tips. I'm serious about my supplementation. I've always been a fan of Array, especially when it comes to tightening things up. Go to array.com and use code SKINNY15 at checkout to receive 15% off your first purchase or auto ship order. That's array.com. Use code SKINNY15.
Quick break to talk about Caraway cookware. Ever since LuAnn and I discovered Caraway, we have not looked back. We have switched all of our cooking and food storage units to Caraway's products, and that is because they are simply the best, and we feel great knowing that we aren't cooking for our family on any harmful products that release chemicals. Let me read you some scary stats. The average adult unknowingly consumes over 150,000 plastic particles every year. Over 70% of cooking and bakeware pans sold in America are coated with PTFEs. Microwaving plastic for 3 minutes can release over 4 million microplastics. We spend so much time as a population now trying to figure out ingredients and labels and what to put in our body and what to eat and what to feed our families and all of these things. We don't spend nearly enough time thinking what we're preparing our food on, what we're cooking on, and what those products are made of. This is why we love Caraway, because we know their products are clean, better for you, and we don't have to worry about compromising our health when we're cooking or storing our food with them. Years ago, Caraway's founder and CEO Jordan accidentally overheated a nonstick PTFE, aka Teflon pan, and got sick with Teflon flu. It was black and fuming. If this sounds familiar to you, it's likely because you've experienced the same thing. So he went on a mission to build better for you products and a better for you company, and Caraway was the result. So check them out. Caraway's cookware set is a favorite for a reason. It can save you up to $190 versus buying the items individually. Plus, if you visit carawayhome.com/TSC10, you can take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/TSC10 or use code TSC10 at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern.
If you are someone who struggles with bloat and discomfort after your morning coffee, I've got you. You should try Everyday Dose, okay? I have been trying this, especially while I'm traveling, and I noticed my bloating has been reduced. And most importantly for me, my face has become less puffy. Everyday Dose offers coffee that does more. So think like coffee with benefits. So this coffee is enhanced with functional ingredients for a smooth energy. It's a calm focus. It's a gut health support. It's also a skin support. So there's no crash, no jitters. It's really like an all-in-one coffee that makes you feel good. So the one that I like is the medium roast, and it's rich, it's full body. It has like 90 milligrams of caffeine. It's perfect in the morning. It's absolutely delicious. I like to do it after my electrolytes. What I like about this brand is it's underwent third-party testing to ensure purity and potency. It's free of mold, and you guys should know that most coffees have mold. So this is really cool that the brand Everyday Dose doesn't have any mold in it. Like, that's a big one for me. I do not want my coffee to have mold. It's also rich in active compounds. You're sort of getting like a functional coffee, a coffee that does more, a coffee plus benefits. It's all the things we want in our coffee. And here is some exciting news. You can find Everyday Dose in Target stores across the country. Celebrate with a buy one, get one deal. Just buy any 2 Everyday Dose products at a Target store near you, and they'll pay you back for one. Visit everydaydose.com/skinny for more details.
That's everydaydose.com/skinny.
Do you ever have these like moments that need to be on camera when you guys get together?
Oh, I wish that lunch was on camera.
Was it good?
It was so good.
Can you give us one speck of juice out of it?
Well, Sonia goes, they asked me to be on the Love Hotel, but I said no.
There it is. That's
really? Really? You turned down the Love Hotel? Okay. Oh, no. She was asked Ashley Darby. She knows. I go, I will. So I call up Ashley Darby.
In front of her?
Of course, in front of all the girls. I'm like, don't bullshit me. Oh, I was so mad at her. I'm telling you, there should have been a camera there.
Was she telling the truth?
I won't tell you the end of the story, but what do you think?
I heard there's no fish room for Dorinda anymore.
No, the fish room. I think the fish is at Watch What Happens Live now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he has it as like a souvenir.
Yeah, it's one of it's hanging in his what's it called, the clubhouse.
The clubhouse. So if someone wants to come watch you perform live, give us all the details. Tell us all about it.
Well, I'm playing Toronto.
Okay.
I'm doing a show called the Luniverse Show. So some venues don't have capacity for a grand piano, drum sets, and keyboard because I travel with six guys. I travel with 3 musicians, my assistant, makeup, and etc. So a lot of places can't, afford that amount of money, and they can't have the space for me with a band. So I created a Luniverse Show, which I talk about all those famous scenes, like who took that photo at the Regency that Bethany showed me.
Who did?
Well, you have to come to the show.
Do you tell us who took it at the cabaret? Do you tell us?
Yes.
You're going to tell us.
I told you the story. So I go behind the scenes of some really iconic scenes.
Okay.
And then, I come out to a little chic, and then I do a Q&A with the audience. They ask me whatever they want to ask me. And I can't let them leave without giving them some money. So I do a little money number. And so it's a smaller show, but I love it because it's more in depth into Housewives as opposed to a full-on cabaret show.
You've got a full production going on.
I do.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's smart what you did. Like a pivot. It's like, it's fresh.
Well, I started cabaret because I love variety. It started as Countess and Friends. I mean, I've had big stars.
I forgot
Lance Bass has been in my show. Bridget Everett, who's becoming a huge star and a cabaret performer herself. Marie Hill, Rachel Dratch from SNL has been in my show. So I did Countess and Friends, and then I kind of morphed into Countess Cabaret because it got expensive to travel with all these people.
So what do you think is next for you after this chapter? Are you going to just hit it hard and keep outselling theaters?
Well, I'm doing less shows and being more selective about where I go. And I like that because I have more time. And I'm doing the Luniverse shows, which is, easier than a full-on cabaret show. So I'm loving that. And, listen, I'd like to do my own podcast too.
Here's the guy.
We're going to talk about that.
This is a guy.
Yeah, I think it's time. People have been asking me for years to do podcasts. I'm like, everybody and their sister has a podcast.
It doesn't matter.
I just call it a show at this point. Like, it's
right.
going to be.
No, but you're right. And
it's not even a podcast. It's just a show.
Right. And it would be fun. Maybe me and Dee do something together would be great. Maybe we bring people to the studio and ask them, what is it they want? Me and Dee could make a dynamic duo in terms of coming to the rescue. You know what I'm saying? So, and maybe we start with a podcast, and then, we actually get into your home, which would be cool.
I think that
and
is,
not like All Uncle.
Like Michael said, it's not just audio. It's totally could be a Netflix. Like you can parlay it.
I think that this medium in the beginning, everybody, it was just like such a focus on audio, but I just think these are the new age talk shows now. And like people can figure out whatever format makes the most sense for them.
No, I think it's great.
You're great on
the
mic
two of
too.
you doing so well with it. So, I might.
Well, at least people know what the hell they are now, because for the first 6 or 7 years, everyone's like, "What do you guys do?" My dad still thinks I'm on the radio. Yeah,
that's funny.
Heather does a good job with what she's done, and I love when she interviews you too.
Heather
McDonald. Yeah.
I love Heather.
Yeah, I like when you go on her show.
Juicy Scoop. Yeah,
she's so funny with her juice.
I love her. She was in the Hamptons. I came to pick her up. She was staying with Jill, so I came to pick her up. We had a day on my boat, actually.
That's fun.
Yeah.
When I go to the Hamptons, Mark, I'm waiting for my invite. Yeah. I'd like to go for a day on the boat.
We've never been to the Hamptons. Isn't that funny?
What?
We've never been ever.
Oh, you have to come and visit.
I think we're going to come next summer. We're going to come. We'll come for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll
you
explore. I don't know why we've never.
You must have a ton of friends out there too, right?
Yeah, we've spent some time in Nantucket, but then we'll bounce around Europe, and our family's in California still. So we're kind of
I'd like a Hamptons trip. We
Yeah.
have rapid
Come
fire.
anytime.
Rapid fire questions. Ready?
Yeah.
Champagne or cocktail?
Cocktail.
What kind?
Tequila.
Just plain.
Tequila and Diet Coke. I know it's weird, but I love it.
It's not bad.
Isn't it good?
What's
Pretty good.
your guilty pleasure TV show?
Right now, The Hunting Wives.
Oh my God, it's so
I'm
good.
obsessed.
It's sexy.
She's hot.
I'm like, oh
I
my
wanna do
God,
her.
I know.
Well, maybe I will
You gotta
tune in.
watch
Maybe
it.
I will turn it on.
It's
It's
so good.
good.
It's good. It's kind of a girly-ish.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't
It's a
know.
lot about the
Well, you
girls
like
hanging
Housewives.
out. But if he
Yeah.
likes Housewives, then he'll be good.
It's a lot of like lesbian things happening behind the guy's back.
Well,
Oh no, better sounds
Terrible.
terrible. Taylor, save it on my
Terrible.
Netflix later.
two girls making out.
Oh
Turn the
yuck,
other
Taylor,
way.
save it for me.
Ooh.
Oh yuck.
Wait, I have to ask you this one caveat question. Do you watch any of the other Real Housewives or have you?
I do once in a while just to catch up with what's going on. Like, Miami, Mary Soul is
Yeah.
a really good friend of mine.
She's my favorite.
I love Mary
She's
Soul.
my
Do
favorite
new
on Miami.
housewives ask you for advice?
Sure.
Do they call you and be like, "What am I in for? What's going on?
Sure.
What should I do?"
Sure. Not so much now, but in the past.
I think my 3 favorite housewives are you, Mary Soul, and Kathy Hilton.
Oh, I know Kathy
I
too.
think those are the top 3
Yeah.
for me because they
So-
know how to show up and like play ball.
Yeah. And have fun with it.
What's your go-to self-care ritual?
Go to self-care ritual.
Beauty, hair,
Working out, really.
work. Do you lift weights?
I do. For
Sounds
the
like-
arms, for the cabaret dresses.
Yeah,
It
you've
sounds like you're
always
pretty
had a
spiritual. You've
Spirituality.
Deepak and
When you get in a bathing suit
Dispenza?
on the show, you always look so good. Is that weights?
That is just being active.
Yeah.
I'm like really sporty. Like I play pickleball, I'll go swimming, I'll play tennis. I'm like very active. I do
You move.
yoga. Yoga is really a big one for me. It's very grounding because like you picked up on, I am very spiritual. So I love yoga too. So I like a lot of different things. I don't do like the same thing, but staying fit, I love because it's at the same time, like when I run or when I do something, I'm going over lines in my head also. So
Like
I
you
practice
seem like
cabaret that way as well.
like the
Smart.
person. If you're on vacation, like you're up for the activity. Like if someone's
activities.
Like, if someone wakes up and says, "Let's do the
don't
activity,"
Yeah, don't give me the chair on the beach. I mean, I'll be bored. No, I like to be in like where I'm learning something or in, I love the beach. Don't get me wrong, but I want the beach and I want, city life too.
But you know,
A
like the
pirate
group,
or two.
A pirate or two.
Yeah.
well, you know the group trip where there's
Michael,
like
do you know
maybe
about the pirate?
I know about pirates. Yeah, when we talk
No,
about pirates.
no,
Oh.
Michael. You gotta go
We'll
watch
tell
that
them about the
episode.
pirate
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
That's a long story.
But you know, like the group trip, you get like 10 to 12 people, and like half of them are sleeping, and like some of them get up and like
Yeah, I'm
go.
the one doing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't seen Crappy Lake, obviously. I'm like working out in the morning, and Sonya's hungover with clothes everywhere.
Different
Yeah,
personalities.
totally.
Yeah.
We're like the odd couple.
Yeah, you guys are the only couple. Last question. A goal that you would hope to accomplish by the end of the year.
A goal I'd like to accomplish by the end of the year.
Maybe a podcast.
Maybe I was going to say podcast. I would, like I said, people have been asking me for years about podcasts, and I just have never done one. But I think it's time. So that's my goal.
Well, I think,
And
okay,
that's you know what? You have to set goals that are attainable.
Yeah.
you know why I think it'd be good for you, and I'll like kind of like take this hat off and put that hat on.
Mhm.
Is a lot of the time, you're somebody that will you're not afraid to just be vulnerable and talk about everything and show sometimes like people curate a little bit too much.
Mhm.
I feel like you could talk to anyone about anything and have a good time with it, and you're
Exactly.
curious.
Right.
So it'd be
That's
good.
true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
LuAnn,
Thank you. Thank you for that compliment.
you are currently on the North American leg of your new Cabernet tour.
Cabaret.
Cabaret.
Cabernet
I'm
and
thinking
cabaret.
I'm thinking about wine. Isn't that wine?
You're
your
thinking
tickets-
about
Lauren,
wine, darling.
Lauren's on the Cabernet tour.
She's on the Cabernet tour.
Wait, I have trouble pronouncing words. Let me say this. Cabaret.
No, Taylor,
You
keep
got
that in.
it.
Keep it in. I'm keeping it in.
I
no,
think
keep
it's
it
so
in.
good.
Keep it in.
Well, because cabaret's my Cabernet. Can't escape this party scene. Hell with Countess, now I'm queen. It's part of the lyrics of my music, so she's referring to my music.
Tickets are available now at Fuck.
Just don't call me Countless like Mario.
Tickets are now available at CountessLuAnn.com.
Mm-hmm.
And where can everyone find you and pimp yourself out? Go for it.
Well, Instagram, Countess LuAnn on Instagram and, all the social media stuff. And, for tickets, that's where to get them.
And
And
come
I'm going
with
to be
your good
playing
energy.
Toronto, I'm doing Vegas for BravoCon.
That's fun.
Cool.
House of Blues. So,
Fun.
you know, lots of tour dates coming up. So, and I just got asked to do Sydney, Australia. I'm playing Mardi Gras, which is a big deal on Bondi Beach. I've never been to Australia, and I'm getting paid to go to Australia. I'm very proud of that.
I heard the boys are fun in Australia.
I know. You shouldn't bring sand to the beach, so I should probably leave my guy home.
He's fine here. You know, I think you should go fresh.
Did Dorinda say that? I think Dorinda said. Dorinda's so, I love her one-liners. It's like, don't bring sand to the beach, meaning don't bring a guy if you're going to Australia.
Yeah.
I think that term is universal. I think it goes.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your outfit. Go watch YouTube, you guys, because this outfit is a real good one, and it's also Giovanni.
It is because I'm feeling Giovanni.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, LuAnn. You're great.